lot of heroes take control of the game, take the control of the tempo early on with the Franco, with the Clint, and especially with that Harley. But ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping into the land of Dawn for the third match of the day. Game number 1, ETHEREAL taking on HIKARU Esports.
Yeah, and look at TCC right now on this Franco, already playing aggressive, possibly trying to get a cheeky hook off or something, but I got a feeling we might see a lot of hovering over this gold lane. You know, especially with the Franco, if you can get an early game hook onto Beatrix, onto Ispengoy, you'll put Clint at a really nice advantage. We've seen a lot of teams kind of do this, babysit around that gold lane more, send the tank over. The problem is when you do that, you leave your mid lane a bit more open for invades, a bit more open to get caught off guard. So it does look like TCC is going to come down. A little bit of fight over Lethal Wander will go into the hands of HIKARU, but definitely both teams just focusing on this laning phase, trying to get some gold into their jungler. I don't think we want to see... I think ETHEREAL knows the opportunity with YSS. You want to get them farmed up. You want to kind of maybe focus for some late game. You also have this Xavier, super bursty. So maybe ETHEREAL just kind of taking the slow right here with all the late game potential on their team.
Very slow, yeah. That's what they want, right? If you're ETHEREAL right now, you just want to take it slow. You want to look for trades on the map. You don't really want to clash with HIKARU, and I think that's what both teams are doing really well. HIKARU, knowing that they have that early game advantage, they're already pushing it. They're trying to get as many camps as possible. They got the Lethal Wanderer, which will just give Bariza on the Akai a little bit of an XP advantage over Chef, who is on the Season Shin. But you can already see that both of these junglers are pathing opposite from each other, right? It's interesting to me because I would actually expect Bariza to be going for the same exact route, going towards bottom side, but it looks like Chef here, he's overextending for that buff, for that jungle creep, and they might be punished. Remember, Bariza is level 4. He does have that heavy spin. He might just go and collapse onto here, but the bouncing ball will be able to stop him in his tracks. But there you go, the heavy spin finds Chef, and that's first blood presented to you, taken away by HIKARU. In that top side, though, Namikaze is able to actually maneuver around Ezra's Abyssum Strike, taking him down with the deadly magic. That's the first turtle taken for free. AshQT very close there, nearly getting hooked, but will still be able to get out.
Yeah, that is a huge, great start for HIKARU. It'd be one thing if they got to pick onto Zia's Fave or something like that, but they got to pick onto Chef. Someone that, as I mentioned, ETHEREAL needs to farm. You need to let him get those items in so you can start outputting some damage. Maybe ETHEREAL shouldn't have been trying to steal those camps. Play slow, bloody hunt onto Zia's Fave. Zia's Fave getting away, which is a sliver of health. Phaeton decides not to force that engage. Down in the bottom, Mirko. Ezra getting bullied as well.
Yeah, and you know, when we're talking about this matchup, right, the Dairoth up against the Esmeralda, we usually want, especially if you're ETHEREAL, we want that Dairoth to be winning in the lane. But HIKARU, they're playing really, really intelligently here. They're always just pushing, putting the resources down below. The Akai has been roaming down below, I think now 2 times in the past 3 minutes, and it has put a lot of pressure on Ezra. And currently, he is actually going to be behind. So this might actually just be Kagome, who is going to be the one who wins out in the lane overall in this game. But in that top side, you can already see TCC, looking for that hook, almost nearly getting it onto Zia's Fave. But yeah, both teams, again, not really willing to go for that early clash just yet. HIKARU, they want to play it a little bit slower now that there's no neutral objectives up to take.
Yeah, and HIKARU seems to be playing almost, you know, this is the first time I'm seeing them like really grouped up as well. Yes, they did have that first engage in the bottom, but even then, you mentioned Bariza kind of taking the opposite route. And he was alone for a while there, towards ETHEREAL really kind of keeping it together. Really trying to stop, I think, these invades onto Chef, stop these picks onto Chef, but a big hook on to Ispengoy. He will go down, and the tower may just fall next.
Oh my goodness. This, you know, it's always been nearly there for TCC. He's almost gone to crazy hooks. And there you go, another one from TCC. He brings AshQT back, and that's a free kill from Namikaze, who can't sit with the deadly magic. ETHEREAL, though, they're looking for the trade onto the turtle. Kagome has already opened up this side of the map. They can go for the contest here, but it feels jungler is way too far. It is going to be Chef who takes it with a retribution, but look at the flanks. Bariza looking for the heavy spin, pin him down to the falling Simon to collapse onto him with the flame shot as well. Perfectly coordinated there as they will find another. It's a 2-for-0 for Hikaru and TCC with another iron hook. This man is insane right now. He is on point.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, that is the reason why the Franco's getting banned so much. Namikaze is able to get the kill on Ash QD. Ismagoi trying to salvage something here as well. So ETHEREAL getting their first kill on the map there, but still falling majorly behind. A 4K gold lead into the hands of HIKARU. And even earlier, you know, they take that turtle, but they take a death and they lose their blue buff. HIKARU just seems to be a step ahead of them. Looking at some of these items right now, Ash Cutie with 2 deaths, falling very behind, almost 1,000 gold behind Harley right now, which Harley hasn't been a hero we've seen a whole lot, but HIKARU definitely using it very well, making some picks, keeping that early game aggression on, and if they keep up like this, they could make this a quick game.
Yeah, let's actually talk about the drafts again, right? Because I did kind of mention this. I said that I like Hikaru's draft better, and for this exact reason, the pickoff theme is massive. And look at this, Bariza! He finds the heavy spin onto 2 members. Will he be able to pin them both? He does, but the Mystic Field will be able to be there to disengage from the fight. Phaeton, though, roaming from that gold lane, finding Ispangoy, and this is another 2 traded kills for nothing for the side of Hikaru as they look to siege down that mid turret. QT, he's being pinned down, he's being sandwiched, he is able to dodge away from the iron hook, but again, look at the map pressure. Hikaru just pushing on this pace as the deadly magic there was popped. He will be able to pop back to his previous position, but again, oh my goodness, TCC with the iron hook, finding Ash QT for the 2nd time this game.
Yeah, that is rough. 0-0-7 on TCC right now. He's not stealing any kills. The rest of the team is always there to make sure and capitalize on those iron hooks. And it just seems like they keep on coming. ETHEREAL, you know, I was mentioning earlier, they're playing very grouped up. Maybe you need to split up a little bit. Maybe come take these fights or disengage at a bit more angles because TC is just capitalizing. He doesn't even really have to, I mean, yes, he's made some great aims, but as long as ETHEREAL stays in these tight pockets under these towers or these tight pockets in the jungle, TC is gonna punish that, and we're seeing it happen. Also, I gotta point out, man, Phaeton on this Clint just stood in the middle of a Nibiru's Passion and took down Ismangoy. Just stood there. That's how you know he is so far ahead right now. Ismangoy sitting at 1-2-0. Phaeton definitely scaling up. Towers getting picked away from ETHEREAL right now. HIKARU owning this field.
Yeah, I mean, Hikaru, let's talk a little bit about Namikaze, who picked this Harley as a last pick in their draft. And I feel like that's the cherry on top for this draft, right? They would have such a big pick-off potential, but wait a minute. TCC, look at the Iron Hook again. That's going to be Bariza who pins the tank down. And that's going to be the kill picked up. Nibiru's Passion and the Dawning Light almost taking Phaeton down, but the Flicker is there to get him to safety. Mystic Field onto 3. TCC missing on another Iron Hook, but they will be able to find a favorable trade once again. It's 1-0 right now for Hikaru. Zia's favors taken down. Oh my goodness! Again, TCC has just been so ruthless on these hooks. When he finally misses it, you know, you're like, okay, finally, we're back to reality. He's a human being. He's not a robot.
Yeah, I mean, and he's definitely, and it's just, and the thing I used to hate about the Franco was that he didn't really have a forced engage. Zia's fave coming in, Big Tyrant's Rage.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Zia's fave, he goes in for the engage, but the thing is, even if they try to collapse, it's going to be them who gets taken down. Kagome going all the way to find that kill. The Dawning Light connects onto him, but at this point, it does not do enough damage. TCC looking for a cheeky hook. Deadly Magic burst Chef down, and that's him taken out. That's Namikaze again. 6-1-2. He is massive this game. This Harley pick that we've rarely seen, actually, like even in ranked games, has just been so good for Hikaru right now.
Yeah, and you know why I think it's just flourishing right now? Because of the squishy composition brought by ETHEREAL. They opted to go for this more damage. They brought in the YSS, something we haven't seen a whole bunch, but still possibly viable. But HIKARU saw the weakness and just picked it off. And yes, the Harley isn't something we see all the time, but it's working so well right now because you've got this hook constantly coming in, putting pressure on ETHEREAL, making them kind of decide on their placements around the map. And Namikaze is just waiting for that, waiting for someone to move a little bit away, find that moment, lock in that deadly magic, and Chef, Ispengoy, or Ash Cutie are just going down instantly to it.
What can you do about it, right? That's the big question right now if you're ETHEREAL. If you dodge away from the deadly magic, you're going to get hooked. You're going to get pinned down by the heavy spin. There's just so many resources that HIKARU can use to dish out damage, to take them, to pick them off the map. And there you go again, Bariza. He's at a point where he's just so tanky. He's going to be able to just zone these members away, and no one's going to be able to dish out damage. Look at him. He's taking the Mystic Field. He's taking most of the damage here, and he doesn't care. The minions are pushing through. The Lord was taken down by ETHEREAL, but it is going to be the siege continuing. Zia's favorite once again going for the Tyrant's Revenge, but he's gonna get hooked back to the team with a bloody hunt. That is the damage coming through as well from the follow-up. Namikaze getting sniped down by Ispangoy, so that is a kill traded in, but the iron hook once again as Phaeton picks up a triple. He's looking for the Maniac. He goes in with a Dawning Light there from Ash QT, trying to clear out the waves. Phaeton looking for the Maniac here. He goes in for more damage, but he is inside of the base, and HIKARU will just finish off game number 1 just like that. 10 minutes into the game, no, 11 minutes I think was the 11 minutes was when they ended it.
That is, I mean, you mentioned resources for HIKARU, and they used every one of their resources so well in every single team fight. The hook, the deadly magic, the heavy spin. I mean, even Kagome, look at the kill cards right now. 2 deaths